Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want to battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
Welcome back, everybody. Bill Burr, second appearance. Have you ever done a podcast where the guy changed the way he talked once everything got rolling? Like how radio guys will do that?
Oh, I know what you mean. Like they're going into I'm on radio now voice? No, actually, I haven't.
Hey, Bill, we're going to do traffic. Ginger Chan, when she's done with traffic, I'll bring you in. I know you're at the Worcester Theater, so I'll bring you in. Welcome back, everybody. Bill Burr. Thursday fart time.
I think a lot of those guys are gone. Those guys, right. When in the 90s, when I first started doing the road and I started going around, there was a lot of those guys left. But a combination of Clear Channel, you know, just getting rid of everybody, and then and then all the podcasting, and I don't know. It's a different kind of thing now.
Yeah, it seems like it's like three giant arms. It's clear. I work for Clear Channel, and then there's like Cumulus, ESPN, obviously, and there's a couple like personality-driven shows. But you and I, the shows we go on in the cities, like Lewis and Florwax in Denver, Kevin and Bean in LA. Like that's who they are.
No, you can almost name all the shows that are left.
Paul and Young Ron in West Palm.
The regular guys.
I like WEEI in Boston.
Regular guys in Atlanta.
Regular guys. Rise
now
guys
somebody's
in San Francisco.
Somebody's going to get mad because we don't bring them up now.
Well, it's because we don't like you and you stink.
No, that's not true.
No, that's why I'm not saying them up. I know exactly who you're talking about. I hate those I hate those guys. O and A are always great, obviously. I heard you on Ron Bennington.
Randy Bauman.
Where's that?
Pittsburgh station. Pittsburgh Steelers station. Yeah.
That's a good improv, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a good town. Underrated city. I like it. Or maybe it's not underrated. When you got 6
Well, you know what's finally making a comeback is Cleveland. I've been playing Cleveland since 2004, and I always looked at all those beautiful buildings, and it was just like, Hilarities was like the only game in town. Like, you'd walk there, and it was like this oasis. You felt like you were on, like, the Titanic because it had, like, all these bars and, like, cocktail waitresses and all this type of stuff, and then this great club. And at the end of the night, they'd be, all right, take it easy, and the cop would literally escort you over to your hotel. And I was just there like a week ago, and now it's you can just people are buying old buildings, it seems, and they're finally building it up.
Yeah, Detroit's like that too. I don't know if
Detroit's ever going to come back.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't know what the situation with Detroit is, but I don't think the average American realizes much. First of all, myself included, but like Cleveland, Detroit, like all these towns like along the Great Lakes and along the St. Lawrence River that comes in from the Atlantic Ocean. Right. That was the entire heart of the like steel, like anything. Like
I learned this past week, Buffalo was the first electric city. They had electricity. Like used to be called the City of Lights. Can you believe that? Like what happened? So I guess there was this dam. I just learned this stuff. Tom Lewis, the guy who films my tours of city, told me all this shit. And of course, I forgot it when I did the tour. But there was a Lake Erie Dam, so it created all these jobs. And then up St. Lawrence, they made another one, and that took all the jobs away. And then the rest of it's like the Rust Belt. But I don't know, dude. I'm one of those guys. I still love doing the road, and I like going to all those so-called rundown cities. I like them. I like
those
the people
are the best
there.
Crowds. Like Cleveland comes out to party.
They're great. And I like the old shit. I like the old buildings. And I look at them and I go, I wish I had the money to buy that building and just shine it up. I'm telling you, good place to invest money, downtown Cleveland. I'm calling it.
The Flats? What about the Flats?
Let's call the date right. I don't know about the Flats. Too many young kids down the Flats, right?
Yeah, no money in booze.
No. But I'm talking about you want to be, you want a nice quiet place after a hard day of podcasting, Jay.
Yeah.
You want a place where you can lay your head on the pillow.
Oh, Christ, honey, I worked an hour today.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. My triceps are
You
killing me.
don't need to listen to the sound of puke hitting the fucking brick pavement. The original brick pavement that
that's the
Tom
key
Sawyer
phrase.
put in or whatever.
City of Blinding Lights was actually the U2 song was written about Buffalo, I think. City of Lights was Buffalo for real? I didn't know.
I used to play this. What the hell was it called? This supper club out there, and it used to be an old like bootleg place. And downstairs they had the tunnels. The guy's gonna kill me. I don't remember the name of it. The Stardome. And
what city?
That's
Stardome's in Alabama.
That's
right?
in Alabama.
What city are you talking about? Honey?
In Buffalo.
Okay.
And downstairs they had the bricked up tunnels where they used to run through the tunnels when the cops came. I don't know how small people were back then.
Oh,
I was just picturing Al Capone, little midget, him waddling through there because it was really, it couldn't have been more than like 3.5 feet high.
Everything is smaller. And it's weird because now, like, if you go back home to where you grew up, your street looks so small, your backyard, you're like, how the fuck did I play back here? It's like 5 by 9. And
Well,
then, but when you were a kid, it was your
small.
whole world. Well, I know
Yeah.
we were smaller, but also then everyone actually was smaller.
True, there is
So if
that.
they
But
came to
that
our
thing
child-
where people go, dude, when I was a kid, you had snow up to your waist. It's like, yeah, you were like a year and a half old, dude. You could somebody,
Bro, we made tunnels.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just you also weighed 40 pounds. two scoops of snow would cover you.
Have you ever noticed if you look at older people's, like if you have older brothers and sisters, if you look at like their yearbooks, everyone looks old. And if you look at yearbooks now, you're looking at like children.
Yeah.
It's like our parents' yearbooks. I'm looking at like a graduating class. Everybody's 40. Like
Yeah,
no one
they looked like that
nobody,
too.
Nobody
No,
looks like-
everybody looked like they were 26
Yeah,
when they
no.
were in high school. There was
Yeah.
just something about it. It was just, I don't know, harder living back then, but they just looked like. And when I was like 18, I looked at a guy who was 26, and I'm like, that guy is a man. That guy knows everything. And now me, I just turned 45. I don't know shit. I really don't. I'm an idiot. I really am.
It always bothers me in the newspaper, like when an 18-year-old gets popped and they go, well, the 18-year-old man was apprehended. I'm like, don't call him a man.
Yeah, he's not.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, yeah, it's ridiculous. Certain things. Well, I mean, there's things that that you shouldn't do by that age, but like, there's just so many other factors. That, I don't know.
The listener should know Bill did put his hand up like, don't get me started on this, JJ.
Did I?
You actually went, you know what? There's so many other things.
No, you know
Kids
what?
today.
I got to throw this out.
I told you the trash is right there. Hey, if you want to go to Amazon, go to jmoore.com first. Instead of having an Amazon, banner or Amazon on your toolbar, instead have jmoore.com on your toolbar. Click jmoore.com whenever you want to buy something from Amazon and just go there from there. And people like it. And I'll read it on the air. Mike McCauley says, SUP started at S-U-P. SUP. That's cool.
Yeah.
Progressive.
I
SUP,
like
JJ.
when somebody tweets you something and go, they'll say like, I don't know, there's some brush fires in Santa Monica. What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
How do you hear your thoughts on it? Like, like I'm having a press conference in your life. Like I gotta fucking come up to the podium.
Hey, Gandolfini, man. Crazy, right, Bill?
Yeah. Hey, what are your thoughts? Were you a fan?
Bill, I'm holding a press conference for me.
Yeah. I do that all the time when people go, you need to be funnier on Twitter. And I was just like, dude, I'm not on the writing staff of your life. Get some funny friends.
Do you tweet that?
Yeah.
That's good.
No, they need to be beaten back.
Oh, I just beat
They
someone
really
back today.
do, because there's some, not all of them, but there's this arrogant cunt movement. Like they just, so many people who are trying to get people to come to shows.
The ACM.
They just sit there and they hand them with kid gloves. Every once in a while, you got to take that glove off, Jay. You got to slap.
I blocked
the
a guy. I blocked a guy tonight.
I never block him. I don't give him the satisfaction.
Oh, I never even thought about that.
Because I know if I was them, right, that's what I would be doing.
Fucking Bill Burr blocked me, dick.
I would have a contest with my friends. How many famous people, whoever gets to 10 first in a period of time, how many famous people you get to block them, and you just start fucking trashing them.
I'm never blocking anybody again.
Yeah.
Damn you,
Because then
Bill
they
Burr.
know you read it, and then they know it, and it bugged you. This guy's in movies. He held a gun to Walken's head, and he blocked me.
Some guy just tweeted me tonight.
Who am I?
You blocked. He said, "Did you just retweet a compliment? You're a fucking."
I saw
dude."
that, and that annoyed me. What, are you supposed to fucking retweet
But
the
the only
negative shit?
reason, and then I get yelled at for retweeting the negative. Like, why do you retweet the haters, JJ? A lot of us on here like you. But the only reason I retweeted the compliment is because I trolled everybody by telling a guy, don't ever tweet my radio show. You're not welcome. Right. And then because he tweets other radio shows, he's a great tweet guy. Like he just tweets funny jokes during shows, and everybody's just like, what the fuck? Us, them? What is this? Late night wars? Blah, blah, blah. And I go, classic heel turn. So you read the whole thing. Classic heel turn. I just took a steel chair. The guy's name is Blaze in Kansas City. Took a steel chair to his back. I walk out. J Mohr Sports Wrestling Federation up and running for a few more hours. Another guy, and then the guy writes back, JJ, you're the best. I appreciate it. And I retweet that to let everyone know, like, it really was like just a goof. Here, me and the guy are talking. Still, like, obviously I didn't trash the guy because we're still tweeting. But and the guy, that's who goes, what's 30? J Mohr 37. Is that your ranking in podcasts? And I just wrote back, yes. And that's where I should have just stopped it. It was like a Norm Macdonald. Yes. Hey, try Man Great. Have you tried the Man Great? Veggies and fish? That's not a lot of options, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Have you seen my hands? They're very small compared to the rest of my body, you know? Next time you see me, just stare at my hands. I don't know. I have small hands. I don't know why I said hands, like Han Solo hands. Made me feel great, you know? Anywho, so yeah, I just kept going and going and going. What did he say?
You said you're out of your mind.
I said you're out of your mind.
Yeah, when I get some guys I get locked into. Anyway, I blocked a guy and I shouldn't have done it.
I actually.
But you followed it.
DeRosa told me, he goes, dude, I took the fucking Twitter app off my phone. It's the greatest thing I ever did. It's such a fucking time sponge. You can go home and read every cunty thing somebody wrote about you for the whole day. You can blow through it in like 10 minutes. All the hate. If you feel like you missed out on anything.
Why not do it when you're doing, 75 on the 101 North?
Oh, there you go. That's always a good point.
When you're blazing past Van Nuys Airport, there's no traffic there. Sup, JJ? I just bought all the parts to build my own gaming PC. That's a smart dude. Through your link to Amazon. Holy smokes. Check this out. With dual monitors, case, motherboard. Why are you laughing? Matty Boy's cracking up.
I don't even know what any of that stuff
I don't
means.
know what it is either, but Matty Boy's crazy my face that I made. Will you please explain? What's wrong?
I just think that the purchase is funny. It's a very tech-savvy purchase. It's a lot of...
It's Mike McCauley. And I tell you what, Sarah Brady, this lady, bought like $6,000 in TV, so it's like she's the standard. So I think people now are like, let me tell you what I bought. Like they're breaking it down. This guy, Mike McCauley... I just built my own gaming PC. Is anybody would like me to read this as?
Harvey Keitel.
JJ. I just bought all the parts to build my own gaming PC through your link at Amazon. jmohr.com. Then you click the banner that reads Amazon on it. Dual monitors. Case. Motherboard. Processor. Blu-ray burner. Dual graphic cards, power supply, solid state drive. I don't know who I just traded paint with.
Can you do a little Harvey crying?
Even some Arctic silver compound paste. The whole thing ran slightly under $2,200. That's so much goddamn money. It's my money. I hope that helps. I love the podcast. Mike McCauley. There's no goddamn jobs in this town, are there?
That's a good man.
Holy smokes. I don't know who I faded into in the middle of that Keitel. I think it was like Keitel, Walkenquin in the middle. It kind of blurred out.
I didn't notice. I thought it was great.
Thanks, buddy. Go to jmohr.com, hit the Amazon banner, buy stuff. Bill Burr, I heard on, I believe it was Ron Bennington's Unmasked, or maybe Come to Papa, one of the XM ones. And you were talking about doing noon shows at colleges, and I was like, oh my God, we got to bite into this. I think I did 4 total, and I realized I don't have any clean material. I can't go. I couldn't like even fake it for as long as they do it, but it was great.
I did a bunch of them.
Yeah.
You couldn't say no. It was just like you were flying to the middle of nowhere, and it was all the money was all the travels out of your pocket. So they give you like this big number, like, you want to go there and do an hour for $1,200? You're like, wow, $1,200. But after all the bullshit taxes, paying everybody planes and all that, you probably made $450.
You have to pick up Don Gavin on the way there.
And you got to, it was I don't know. It's all day to get there and then driving and all that stuff. So if they got you a nooner gig, for those who aren't in stand-up, was basically you had the nighttime gig. The nooner was basically you do a stand-up show at 12 noon during lunch at a fucking college in a cafeteria or in a hallway or whatever godforsaken place they put a fucking microphone in. Every time I did one, I would always drive away going, I'm never doing that again. That was absolutely fucking humiliating. You know, have a little bit of standards. I would literally be yelling at myself for having such low self-esteem that I took it again. And then every fucking time, and I would call my agent. I go, don't even fucking offer me another one. And he knew I needed the money. I'm sleeping on a futon well into my 30s. So he knew. So he would just call me up. He'd be like, Billy. I can't say his name. And he would be like, so-and-so calling. I have a school. Now, they don't have a lot of money, but I can build around it. It's in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Can you do it? Give me a call back. And I'd always say, yeah, because I needed the money. And then he would. But
also, it's the allure of building around.
Like, build around
it. Theater. In
no,
Aberdeen.
He was great. This guy was actually great. But what it really was he would, you know, those nooners. He goes, now, I know you said you weren't going to do them. I'm just doing my job as an agent. I'm just telling you what's on the table.
That's the worst
Arapahoe Community College.
That's the worst Matt Frost impression I've ever heard.
No, Matt never really booked me.
That was the joke.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
It wasn't even close. Frosty just talks like, Gigi, really? Gigi. Oh.
Did you like the money? Did you like the money?
Gigi, they're really good people there. Gigi. Gigi, Bill Burr's, he's fucking hilarious. He's fucking great, Gigi. I got like 9 impressions of people. If they would just get famous, I could retire.
Oh, I know all the ones you know.
Not Marty Greenfield from Delhi, New York. It's all is well in Delhi. You know Marty books Delhi, New York?
No.
I was 19 years old. I had to take a bus up there. Frosty was the first gig Frosty booked when he branched off from Barry Katz, when he took New York Entertainment and bought it. And then he booked me at Delhi, New York, 3-hour bus ride up into the woods of upstate New York. And Marty Greenfield, it was the first comedy show he booked. And it's a 2-year school. And it gets a little rough. Apparently, it's the joke is you go to the coffee room. It's like a nooner. They go there just to destroy you. Like a couple of these shows, you show up. The game is, yo, let's get him. Like, let's destroy this. Like, that's the whole, Wednesday night. Who do we got? Licking the chops. And then I went and I stepped off the bus, and Marty Greenfield saw like a 19-year-old, 130-pound towhead blonde kid step off the bus and goes, I guess I'm fired. And then I went into like a basement like pizzeria, and it was about 40 people, and they just started pop. It's like popcorn, like 1, 2, and those on. And I just, from the rooms that we came up in, it made us good at it.
Comedy Club,
just destroy these guys. And then the next time I came up, they had to move it to the theater because like somehow like I had won. And Rich Voss is the only other guy that like they did the same thing to. And Voss like, I will destroy you.
Yeah. You don't want to fuck with me.
Yeah, look, do you want to try your door? I love Voss. All right, so noon gigs. Yeah, I didn't. You had a very high number. I always did them for like $400, and it wasn't an add-on. It was a standalone for me. And you take the train to Baltimore, and it's noon. The thing with college,
no, but you could drive to them or take a bus. I had to get on a fucking plane, land, and then get in a Dodge Neon and drive like to like Grand Junction or some fucking place, Nebraska or Kansas. Like, I wish that I took a marker and kind of colored in all the highways. Like, I did the whole fucking Midwest. I did it from, like, Duluth, some of the Rhinelander, Wisconsin. All of them. Fucking all of them.
Do you like Wisconsin? Do you perform in Wisconsin? Because I'm going there for the first time.
Madison.
I'm super fired up.
Madison, Milwaukee. No, I love it. Dude, I'm one of those weird fucking people where I should be sick of the road. I love it. I'm actually doing a tour coming up of all these flyover states. People always come up to me going, I had to drive 4 hours. I drove 6 hours, blah, blah. So it's finally like, all right, well, let me, why don't I go out to where they're at? So I'm doing a tour. It starts in Boise, Idaho, goes to some fucking place in Montana, Deadwood, South Dakota. Where else? Wichita, Kansas, Tulsa, Oklahoma, a couple places in Colorado, and I end up in El Paso, Texas. It's going to be fucking great.
You're going to make a lot of people very happy, Bill Burr. These people don't get Bill Burr status. It's like when Pearl Jam sued Ticketmaster.
But it's the thing. When you go out there, I've gone to these places and they'll just be like, tell Jay Mohr and Jim Norton to like.
Tell us we're here.
Yeah, we like it. We like stuff too. Just for the love of God, come out here. And this is the thing. Like, if you go to like a major city,
like stuff too.
Yeah, it's like, what? Why doesn't anybody come out here? Is their legitimate fucking question. But if you go to like a major city, nobody gives like they come out.
L.A. very hard to draw.
But I don't mean like drawn, but it's just like they're used to it. Like fucking Bruce Springsteen was here the night before, and then you come to town with your jokes, and then somebody else comes, and it's just like
there's playoffs going on.
Yeah, there's just constantly people coming there. So the second your show's over, people leave to go do shit. You go to these places in the middle of nowhere, it's like they give you the keys to the city. I did some random place in Pennsylvania recently. They kept the restaurant open late. The chef made something off the menu. We went down around the corner, and there was this guy at a bar, this Romanian guy. He wasn't even there. He just started setting up drinks. He drove down to the thing.
Bill Burr is in town.
Oh, yeah. And I just kept going, oh, Romania. Okay. What is that? Bucharest. Yeah, you go. It's a piece of shit country. And
Where in Pennsylvania was this?
Fuck. Easton? It's not even that. This is the thing. It's not even that.
Easton's where my parents live.
Yeah, it's not even that far from, like, Philly.
Lehigh Valley.
Right around there.
Yeah, that's where Larry Holmes is from. Easton Assassin, man.
Beautiful theater, awesome crowd, and like they fed me like I fucking chased the Nazis out of their town. It was fucking amazing.
Little known fact about Bill Burr: he chased the Nazis out of Eastern Pennsylvania. No one even knows that there are Nazis in Eastern Pennsylvania. You knew that, Bill.
Hey, you want to see a creepy fucking documentary?
Yeah,
they got one. It's on Netflix about. Of course, I don't remember the name of it, but it's basically
what the fuck will you remember
the
tonight?
I just got off a plane, dude.
Oh, well, you know what?
Yeah.
And this is a game.
I'm the worst.
An elimination game of hockey. Your team's in it, and you actually told me it's okay to turn the TV off.
Because I have it. I'm TiVoing it. I have my phone off. My phone is not going to come back on. I'm not going to listen to the radio, and nobody's going to be holding up a fucking sign as I'm driving home.
You got a
right?
surprise for you, Bill Burr. And the other way you hit Palisades High.
See, I already forgot what the fuck I was talking about. Oh, the documentary.
Yeah, creepy documentary.
I'm a little fried. So they basically interviewed like either the sons, daughters, or grandsons and granddaughters of the Nazi elite, like Rudolf Hess's fucking grandson, and he looks like him. And they talk about having to carry that name and like how each one of them deals with. Some people changed their name. Some people moved away. There's one guy, he just goes around speaking about his parents, about what complete pieces of evil shit that they were. And then some of they didn't have anybody, the deniers didn't even participate in the documentary, but there was one of them, he had like 4 siblings, and one of them was like, listen, I understand Dad was a bad guy, understatement of the fucking century. He goes, but I still love him. And then the rest of them were just totally denying, going, it's all lies. It's all fucking lies.
This sounds like something Colin Quinn should have live tweeted.
Oh, is it bad? Was it boring?
No. Like Colin will do like when Gaddafi died, he goes,
Look, at the end of the day, I think we would all agree he was a good man that made a few bad decisions,
like that would.
I didn't mean like Colin. I meant Colin on purpose bad.
Oh, I thought you meant, I thought you were asking if your story. Just Colin going like,
the guy's parents, they had different philosophies. It doesn't make them bad people,
No, Colin's one of my favorites on Twitter.
It's astounding. What do you don't know the name of the documentary?
Have you been reading him today? We was talking about Kanye and whatever her fucking name is.
The petting zoo lady?
Yeah, they named their kid
Northwest, yeah.
So it's Northwest. Why would you do, like, right there? That's just such a fucking, why would you do that to your kid? But anyways, he was tweeting all these just fucking horrific but hilarious jokes. Like, his jokes would be brutally bad, and then they would end with, like, everybody. Like, that's, like, blah, 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 everybody. Like, nothing sucks the life out of a joke after you say it, and you get to what should have been funny, and it isn't, and then you even add on everybody.
We can all agree on that, everybody.
Yeah. No, I read his shit, and I fucking laugh out loud, and then my favorite is when he retweets the people who are taking him seriously.
Yeah.
To this day, there's always going to be a couple because, he's famous from all the shit he's done.
I was say, about Gaddafi, some guy said, why don't you move to why don't you kill yourself and move there? That was like my favorite retweet of all time.
There you go.
Like, why don't you fucking kill yourself and then move there? Some fucking dope wrote that to him. But you don't know the name of the documentary? Creepy. If I Google search creepy Nazi documentary, creepy children.
You know what? When I go home, I'll text it to you.
Will you please?
Yeah. Well, I hope I will.
I'll text you and I'll remind you.
Okay, cool.
And I'll try not to text
speaking of text messages, I was breaking your
No,
balls
Bill!
on my
Don't
podcast,
turn on your phone.
on my podcast about your fucking the whatever the fuck it is, the text that you sent me about the podcast. Were you like?
Hold on. I'm getting anxiety about your phone going on because I don't want you to get score alerts and freak out. Cause
I don't get score alerts. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
All right, but somebody
Is that
text
an
you.
app?
No, I don't know because you said I turned my phone off. It's not coming back on. You were very defiant,
All right.
and then you just turned it back on.
I'll do it from memory. You said gathering by the fact I hear you on other people's podcasts. No, considering I'm hearing you on other people's podcasts, I gather you're back in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you come at me like that?
How did I come
That
at you?
immediately put me on like the defensive. Like, well, I was talking to Bert about something, and then I'm like, I felt like I was in a relationship with you, and I came home late, and I was stammering.
Where were you?
Huh?
Where were you? You're in Buffalo with Mr. Walk through
You
these
came
tiny
at me
doorways.
like I owed you money or something.
I didn't. That's the problem with a text. Is you can never do tone.
Oh, you're gonna hide behind the tone thing? You know
No,
what?
I'll look at it right now.
You can't. Yeah. This is always great for the listener to have the host scrolling for a text that you.
I'll do it right
deleted.
now. You're right here.
Deleted.
I'm like, hey, by the way, okay.
But to give the backstory, he asked me to do his podcast, and I said, I'm slammed this week. I'm going on the road. I'll do it when I get back off the road.
I got it right here.
Now, I go on the road every other fucking week, so.
Can't make it today. How about tomorrow? I'm leaving for New York City Saturday morning, gone for 10 days. I can do your show when I get back after June 2nd. Is that cool? I wrote, of course.
Right.
June 14th, I heard you on Bert's podcast, and then I wrote, judging by hearing you on other podcasts, I gather you're back in town.
Here's the thing. I did one other podcast.
Yeah. Tuesday at 7.
That was a little cunty. It was a little like,
and then, well, then what? You responded.
I pictured you like if you still had your mullet, like you sort of like tousled the back of it after you said it. Like
you wrote back, I'm back in town, sweetie. Are we still taping at 7?
Yeah, that's what I did. What I was thinking of writing you back was don't fucking text me like I owe you money. You came at me like
Is that a cunty text?
It's like I don't work for you.
I guess if you feel like it's cunty, then obviously it's cunty.
No. This is what I'm saying. You were coming at me like there was some sort of contractual obligation.
Well, I don't want it to come across that way because you being on the podcast is a favor. You don't have guests on your podcast.
Oh, jeez. I was really hoping this was going to be a funny fucking thing, and now it's turning into like this like serious thing here.
Well, you don't like when guys look you in the eye and apologize to you? I was about to look you in the eye.
I thought you were going to go, oh, fuck you, you redheaded cunt. We'd laugh about it, and then we'd move on. Now all of a sudden it's getting like real. I don't want you to
Buffalo,
apologize.
City of Lights, huh?
City of Lights, Buffalo.
The first city.
Look, William Frederick Burr. Your dad was a dentist, and you actually worked in his office as a kid. I found that interesting when I read it. That's a weird job for a kid. Like, I can't imagine you ever thought, hey, one day this will all be mine. I'll have my hands in other people's mouths.
No, actually, that's not the way it went down. I got fired from a job. No, I got let go. They fucking laid me off because I asked for more money.
Your dad?
No. This is how I ended up working in the dental office. I was working in a warehouse, and there was this fat fuck manager. And whenever he walked out in the warehouse, all these douchebags would start, acting like they were working. And I was just like, fuck this guy. Like, all of a sudden, I have to start fucking, mammy. I got to start tap dancing because this asshole comes out.
Did you know Buffalo was called the City of Lights?
So, I maybe I toned it down way too much. But then when it came time for a raise, I asked for a raise, and all he thought of me was, this is the asshole. He's the only guy I see. Because people would go into like a frenzy, wax on, wax off, like freaking the fuck out when this guy would come out. Because he was a dick. But he wasn't a tough guy, and he was soft, but he had this position. So he had that positional toughness, positional black belt, so to speak.
How did he text?
Texting did not exist back then.
If he could have, would he have been cunty like me? Did he send cunty text?
He would have, FYI, I'm coming out there in 3 minutes. He would do that. Like, ooh, everybody.
That's perfect.
That's exactly what the fuck he would have done.
FYI.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
The big swinging dick's coming out. Yeah, he got off on it. Everybody's stuttering because they were fucking nervous. And
What was the factory for? What did it make?
It was a warehouse. It was, Jesus Christ, what was it? It was office supplies. This is before Amazon and shit when you actually needed a bunch of like satellite warehouses to get the paper nearer to people. I don't know how the fuck it worked. I loved warehousing. I highly recommend it if you have issues with authority. If you don't want to be in any designated area, warehousing's great. Where's Bill? Hey, he's down the back. You know, you're on the forklift. Nobody knows where you are. Sales is another great one.
Landscaping's good.
Driving around. Yeah, landscaping's a good one.
They have to leave you alone.
Yeah, they can leave you alone, and you can really kind of break your boss's balls a lot.
But when you're given a task, they actually have to stop talking to you. Otherwise, you cannot edge a driveway with a guy going.
But landscaping, that's backbreaking work, though.
Nice tan, though. Work on a nice base. Get that base going. By the time August
that
comes
was
around.
The 80s. Yeah, you take your shirt off.
You don't even need a fucking sunscreen. By the time August rolls around, you're bronze god. You look good. And people go, how does he do it? You go, I don't know. And you got a hand like a goddamn kung fu grip from holding a weed whacker all day.
Your nails are green.
Yeah, dude.
I had the green nails and red skin. Ladies.
FYI. Yeah. Big swinging. You'll see the tip first. I'll be behind it.
Yeah. Like warning. Yeah, I just didn't like his vibe, so I asked for a raise after all of that. And I got they laid me off.
On the spot?
No, within like a week or something. I still remember that guy too. And he's one of those guys, this is the only thing I'll give him credit for. When he was getting fatter and he would buy bigger pants. He didn't push them down. And he had these big I will give him credit for that. He had these big gray slacks, and they were just like. I remember I just wanted to measure just the side of them, like how big they were, and I loved that he was getting fat, and you could tell there was no help. This guy was not gonna. He wasn't gonna. He's probably dead.
I don't know if anyone's ever made that. Like people always talk about observational, but like, what is the deal?
Yeah.
With people, when they get fat, they put the pants under the stomach.
People do that. People talk. That's
I've never heard it. That's the first time I've ever heard that conversation.
You still have your 32-inch waist from high school, and like your pubes are coming out of the top of your jeans.
Like the ones I'm wearing right now.
Yeah, you just
these fucking corduroys are killing me.
Yeah, you just
I'm
got
getting
it all
choked out by my own pants right now. I'm not kidding. Look at this shit.
Oh, that's the greatest thing about the grunge. Is that the untucked shirt? I think it's finally starting to go back to tucking your shirt in, but like. You can really get away with murder with a button-down shirt.
You respected him, but did he wear a belt? How did he keep those up around the big front porch?
I think he did, but it was his stomach was keeping him up. Like if you could take like his fucking belt like a hula hoop, you could just move it around if you wanted to. Like he was anticipating. He wasn't. There wasn't the diets.
Yeah.
The P90Xs, that just wasn't. It was like Jane Fonda workout.
Cottage cheese and one of those shake machines where you used to stand on it and vibrate.
It was just all go lift weights.
Yeah.
So you had the guys who were getting fat and continued to lift weights. So they had like this rock'em sock'em upper body, like right to the belly, and then the belly would just come just fucking hurling out.
It's a hard belly, Bill. It's hard. That's muscle under that fat.
Oh yeah. Rather than calcified fat was what we later learned. And you know when you get to that fat where you got those creases on the side, like Bruce Lee gave you like a double chop.
I have them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to get rid of those, man.
I'm working on it, but I'm not really working on it.
No, it's all food, man.
Yeah, I ate a lot of pizza. Well, you know what?
How do you not? It's just everything that makes you fat is so fucking delicious. And I've actually tried to get my head in.
But you're not fat at all,
huh?
You're thin still, and you're older than me.
I got a zip up on there, buddy.
Well, let's not kid each other, Bill.
Grab a nice fucking handful there.
All right, but still,
you know?
I got a way bigger boiler than you. I got a front porch here.
Yeah, but you got a good base, though, man. You have the landscaping background. We both came up in the 80s, so we still have a little bit of that. Maybe I can make the football team.
Yeah, a lot of incline.
Yeah.
A lot of incline. Sets of 4. Don't worry about it.
Shoulder presses.
Pyramid. What's your max? Get the max out.
Knuckle breakers, dude. Nose breakers. Nose breakers. Remember that? For your tries?
Just do sets of 1. Just max out today. We'll do the pyramid. Max out. Max out, bro.
10, 8, 6, 4.
Then we'll do cool downs.
Yeah.
Negatives, bro. Let's do the negatives. Oh, you should have seen Bill doing the negatives.
I used to hate whenever I went back to the gym because I there was always like that big thing. At the very least, when you walked up to the bench, you had to have the big 45s on there.
Yeah.
But, if I had been there for a while, I'd have to put the 35s on, and that was just the fucking worst.
That's my one thing in life is that if I walk by a bench, I swear to God, it's so funny you said that.
Yeah.
Like the one thing that keeps me from fucking panicking is I can sit down, I can bang out like 10, and it'll hurt, but I'm like, okay, good.
I got away from that, dude. I got more into like grip strength shit, like climbing rope, pegboard.
That's what you need more of.
Yeah. I mean, but
pegboard, that's like Vision Quest stuff, man. That's cool.
Yeah. I you know what sucks? My garage ceiling isn't high enough to have one. So I got the long, skinny one, and I just put it to the side. So I'm able to go up one, and then I can go over and go down. So,
like when you're supposed to rearrange matchsticks to make a pattern. I don't know if that made any sense.
But it's still
That's
giving
amazing.
me.
You can only go up one and go across, so you can never reach up and pull up.
Yeah, but I can do other things with it. I've actually
Can't you lower yourself and lift up your legs like where your knees are touching?
I can pull up. No, but you don't understand when you go to buy a pegboard how much fucking clearance you need.
Yeah, like a gym's worth.
Because you're going up. Like I don't even think you.
This wouldn't work.
Yeah, this one would work. You could actually do it in your garage, but mine, dude, my garage is made for like a fucking Model T. Ford. It's an old house, so
it's for Al Capone.
Yeah,
Little people back there.
Exactly.
See?
So, but
all right. So you get fired, laid off from the warehouse, and you get into your dad's dental office.
I just worked there part time because I was working my way through college, and he, I handed him the shit, and then he did it, and I got certified to take X-rays. I can still pour up models and stuff. I still remember how to do all that, but that's also why when I go to the airport, I always opt out on the screening. Like you're out of because you're out of your fucking mind to go through one of those. Dude, when I used to take an X-ray of your tooth, just your incisor, all right? We'll say, what is that? What is that? 8, 9, 8, 7, number 6. I used to know those 6 and 11. Your
this sounds Nazi-ish right now. You numbering my teeth seems a little Nazi-ish.
Fucking take them as trophies. They're still in your mouth.
If I was to X-ray your number 6 tooth.
Number 6, yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice incisor.
I put the film right behind it. I take
Ferguson
the camera.
Sounds.
Dude, the camera was like probably maybe, I don't know, like 3 inches circumference, the X-ray machine. I would put a lead vest on your organs, all your vitals, over your fucking groin, and then I would leave the room just to take a picture of your fucking
tooth.
tooth.
Do that.
Just to take a picture of your tooth. I know they do, but you go to the fucking airport, you stand there, spread eagle, you do the Jay-Z signal, right? And they fucking
Hova.
They light you up from the top. Other than your taint, everything gets blasted on the way out and the way back. I do like 2 to 3 road trips a month, so that would be 6 times a month. Times 12 months. What's 12 times 6? What is 72? 72 fucking days out of the year. I'm going to stand there. And there's nothing that kills me about it. They fucking, if you're like 12 or under, they stick you through the old thing. Because evidently there's enough radiation, I guess, to fucking retard the puberty process.
And by the way,
so I'm supposed to fucking go through that?
Hold on. I got to tell you. By the way, Bill Burr correctly using the word retard. Not using it as a slur, actually correctly using retard in an actual proper way. Kudos.
Thank you. Please don't ask me to define it. I'm one of those people, I can hear people use a word and I get the idea how to use it.
Yeah.
I can't spell it or define it.
When you go, you ask for stop and slow down. You retard someone's growth. You mentally retarded. You stop evolving mentally.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if evolving was right. We just keep doing a fuck up the sentence pyramid. We just got a city of shit around us. Look what we made.
I just pictured us on the $20,000 pyramid, and everyone's just like, pass. Now, come back to that one.
Playing Scrabble.
All right, this is this thing. That pass.
I don't remember the word.
Come back to it.
It's a place. You just keep saying I don't remember it, and I just keep saying it in the wrong way. You and I playing Scrabble, just staring at a blank board for 2 hours. All right. So you always go for the pat down.
Yes, unless I'm really hungover, or I just don't have it in me because they make you wait. And but the other thing too is okay, stand right here, and they have you standing right next to the machine. And I always say, well, the whole purpose is not to be near that thing. And then what I love is these fucking people who work there, and they go, well, actually, this one is totally safe. I'm like, oh, really? Person who doesn't even know how that fucking thing works? Quit spewing out what they just told you. They said the first one was safe.
Right.
The first one was safe. And they zapped people for like a year and a half with that one. And then they went, oh, wait a minute. Evidently that isn't safe. And now they got one that's a little more safer. So they just...
All I took away from that not all, but mostly what I took away from that story is they can't see my taint. If I need to smuggle anything, I put it on the taint. You said it gets everything but the taint.
Oh, here's something that happened one time. I went through I had like sweatpants on, right? And...
It's already great.
So,
the guy in fucking airport in sweatpants. There's a strip club in the airport?
No. So I fucking go through, right? And I say, yeah, I'm going to opt out. So the guy does the whole fucking thing, stand there, I'm going to use the back of my hand. Do you have any sensitive areas? And I'm like, we all have sensitive areas now. So he does the whole fucking thing. And then when he goes to swab down my suitcase, he does something wrong in the machine. And he goes, shit. And he knew he fucked up. He goes, sorry, we got to do more of a pat down. He goes, we got to bring you into the private room. So they bring me in the private room, and this guy, went across my dick with the back of his hand over my sweatpants, like a windshield wiper. He went like, wha-bank, like 3 fucking times. And I almost started laughing. I'm like, what are you doing?
We think you're smuggling a dick.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was just like, what are you doing? And I just laughed. I was in the room and I was just laughing as this guy was basically slapping my dick with the back of his hand, with another dude was standing there watching it.
Well, what's that got to do with the luggage test getting messed up? What could be in your luggage that makes it have to rub your
something,
dick?
I don't know. They do the little
bomb thing.
They do the little swab thing. And he went to stick it in. He goes, shit. I'm sorry. And then,
I don't think he really messed up.
Next thing you know, no. Well, if I actually had some bomb shit in there, I wouldn't be talking to you right now.
No, but
I'd be in Hong Kong with that whistleblower.
That scumbag.
That hero.
Whoa.
That fucking hero.
Hero,
dude, you can't. Come on, man. I
don't know enough about it to have an opinion on it at all. Let me do a little reading.
I don't either. So let me give you my uninformed opinion. That's too much fucking
Uninformed
power.
With Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa.
That's right. That's too much power for anybody to have. All right, that's too much footage for people to be working with, and you can cut the movie.
He's the lead singer of Iron Maiden. He's supposed. Wait, what are we talking about?
I'm talking about you can't have.
If you're the lead singer, you're gonna. Oh, we're talking about two completely different things.
I'm talking about the NSA.
I was talking about. I was talking about lead singer having bad attitudes on stage.
Oh, okay. I'll go with that. I'll tell you right now, if I was an Iron Maiden, there's no fucking way I'd get on that flight if Bruce Dickinson was flying.
He's the lead singer, so
yeah, he already got a regular "I'm not a rock star anymore" haircut, so he already looks weird.
He's got a weird Mohr haircut.
He doesn't look like a pilot, and he doesn't look like a rock star anymore.
Oh, what about Travolta? Would you fly with Travolta?
Absolutely. I would want him up there.
Why?
Keep him up there so he doesn't fucking come out and try to fucking rub me down. I've already had enough traumatic shit with my sweatpants at the airport.
John Travolta, TSA agent. Oh, I messed up your bag, Mr. Burr. I'm sorry. I just enjoy your sweatpants. I still have it. I don't understand Bill Burr of the Bill Burr Monday Morning Podcast. You can get it on iTunes.
I didn't take today to honor my commitment with you
because of my cunty text. I can totally see how the text reads cunty.
Oh, yeah, and I'm also out of my mind. I just wanted to start some shit, and basically, so I made fun.
But someone on Twitter said, ask him about his weird text. So he obviously talked about it someplace.
No, I made fun of it on my podcast so people would listen to this one. Because I go, that's going to be the first topic we talk about, which, of course, it wasn't. And then when I try to say,
you know what? I jammed you up. What did you say?
Then you legitimately apologized, and then I got all shy.
Yeah, you're not used to that. You're used to the, well, what the fuck am I supposed to? Yeah, I think when you're married with kids, the fight's gone. You just go, you know what? Because I started to defend it.
Is that what's on your arm right there? Okay, I will. Is that like to your wife?
It's a long story. But yes, it does read, okay, I will.
Take out the trash. Okay, I will.
What'd you say?
Jay, don't bring your muddy shoes. Well, I'm fucking... Okay, I will.
Okay. Did you take the lint out of the dryer screen? Okay, I will.
Can you? Can you take it? I don't want to. All right. Okay, I will.
Who, me? No, JJ behind you. Could he do it? I don't know. My mother sounds like the lady from Public Greenwich Village. I don't know what we're talking.
It's been so long since I've seen the movie.
So yeah, when you, when you were married with, I don't know. You know, I think I've gotten in so many arguments, and I've been wrong so many times. And I've been to therapy enough, and actually, this is not to get like fucking hippy dippy. Actually, like very few grown-ups try to work on themselves, but I realized apparently I am the problem. You know?
Oh yeah, Jay.
I'm the problem.
Jay, that's like known.
And you go, awesome. You go. In my mind, I started to defend it, and you said it was cunty, and then I go, well, if he felt it was cunty, that's his feelings. You can't argue with how fucking Bill feels. And so then I just went, yeah.
And it ended it.
Yeah.
Just fucking, and it was a legal hit, too.
It was like throwing a ball.
I can't even get mad. I was just like, that was a good hit. You know, it's got to go back to the huddle.
It's like throwing a ball against a mushy wall. It just doesn't even bounce back. You're like, what the fuck was that? The guy just laid down for it.
You know what's the worst, though, is when somebody apologizes and you're not ready to accept their apology, and then they're like, what the fuck? I said I'm sorry. Or they just, I said I'm sorry. Aren't you going to let it go? It's like, no, I still want to be I have that. Like, I know I want to be mad at you for a while.
I understand that completely because I need you to understand why what you said was fucked up, and you haven't let me get that out. So your apology can't possibly be sincere because I got 4 reasons why what you said to me was so out of line. I got halfway through the first reason, and you just jumped the fucking barrier and went, hey, man, I'm really sorry, bro. I don't. And
you're
like,
right. You're right. Sorry. Whoa. Hey, you want to go get an ice cream?
No,
and you're like, wait a minute.
Let me get to the second reason. There's 4 reasons, and it's like you jumped the line on me. Absolutely. I completely understand that. I hate when people do that, too. You know what drives me even more crazy?
There should be a word for that. The preemptive apology.
This is a Seinfeld episode right now.
It is. Or maybe
or Larry David. Give me the bullshit apology. Jump the line.
Yeah.
Here's a bullshit.
He preempted it.
He preempted my. Yeah, very nice. I hate when you make a bet. This makes me bananas. When you make a bet with somebody, and they win, and when you go to pay them, they go, "Nah, it's all right, man." You're like, "What?" That means if I won, you weren't going to pay me. Like if we bet $20 on like a Blackhawks Bruins game, and I win. And I go to give you $20, you go, I don't want your money. Like, well, what the fuck did we bet for? It was kind of a big deal at the time to me. I bet because I wanted your $20.
You just throw it at him and you walk away.
You know what? Like, do the right thing. When Danny Aiello throws, it's $200, $250. Mookie's a rich fucking man. He's never going to have to worry about nothing ever again in his life. It's a great movie.
Yeah, you just brought up Public Greenwich Village. That was one of my favorites.
You got to rewatch it because it's Eric Roberts and Mickey Rourke, and both of them are easily could have won the Oscar. Fuck nominated. Like Mickey Rourke has become like this wacky guy. Like watch Public Greenwich Village.
He's still great.
He's like gorgeous, like crazy dreamboat hot, and he's amazing. And you believe that he walks right into the den of the mob and goes, "This may be your church, but this is my village. I'm the Pope of Greenwich Village. I got the tapes that could." Taking
Burt Young's hand. I love this.
They're shaking hands.
Eddie.
Bed Eddie. Burt Young won't let go of his hands.
Some Irish hard on. I don't know him.
I don't know him nothing.
Bonnie. 2 guys.
Not 3.
Not 3. And he's got the little stubby.
Superman would have cracked. Yeah, they pressed me.
Yeah.
Superman. And he goes, you gave him Barney. Then they're going to get the Barney. Barney's going to give them me. What a fucking great movie.
Oh,
Eric Roberts said right there. We fucking broke it down. And he's the
What episode? I gotta listen.
Like 3 or 4 way back. You're gonna have to unlock the premium content, Bill.
Even if I wanted to, I could. I can't figure anything out.
I can't either.
I don't. You know what's weird is with technology. I've become illiterate. Like I'm becoming like this frontiersman.
But you do the podcast by yourself, Matt. If Matty Boy wasn't alive, I wouldn't have a podcast because I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, but people constantly complain about the levels and the production value of it, and And I just do,
of yours or
yeah,
mine?
I do the mine. I just do the preemptive apologies.
They've not.
You're absolutely right. It's terrible quality. I'm sure there's a lot of other podcasts out there that.
I like your podcast. I had one complaint once. I was on a movie set and I was just listening to like 40 years in a row, and there were like 3 podcasts during football season.
I know.
You're watching Monday Night Football during it, like, come on, catch the fucking ball. All right. So anyway, you know.
And what I didn't realize was it was also like by the time you listen to it,
It's like a month after, yeah.
or years later, you're listening to it.
So
I'm fucking bitching about Brian Sipe.
Michael Jackson, wide receiver, and Brian Sipe.
One of my favorite teams, the Cardiac Kings. That's arguably one of the best uniforms in football. It's just not associated with, when they have the brown jerseys with the white numbers and just that orange helmet. Forget it.
The Cleveland, and you talk about Cleveland. Can we please get a winning sports franchise in the city of Cleveland? They're just such good fans and good people.
They are great fans, but then they have a Boston, like the old school Boston thing, where it wasn't they didn't have the decency to just suck. They had to get almost there and then just have all the fucking wheels come off.
Yeah, they lost in amazing ways.
Yeah.
Eric Roberts in Pope Greenwich Village. What I love about it, because you see it now, and you can keep an eye on this moving forward in movies, is it's the first guy that I saw in a movie that there was no reason, Mickey Rourke and Eric Roberts. There's no, in real life, if you had a friend like Eric Roberts, the movie opens with Mickey Rourke getting ready for work. He's made a D.
Oh, yeah.
To Summerwind. And he looks sharp. He's got cufflinks, my man. He looks great. Summerwind, he's got the cool Mickey Rourke hair.
Yeah.
Fucking 10 minutes into the evening, Eric Roberts gets fired, and Mickey Rourke
he doesn't
gets
put
fired.
all the entrees on the.
Yeah, he's not writing down the orders, and he's taking direct money from the customers. But Mickey Rourke has vouched for him like 40 times, and he goes, if he ever does it again, you're out too, because it's a mob restaurant. So Mickey Rourke gets fired too. That's like 10 minutes into the movie. Now, in real life, you go, fuck this guy. I got to eat. Now I got to go look for a goddamn job. So when you watch the movie in real life, there's always the thing for me, because I always read for the dick. The character is post Bob Sugar, like, oh, you know what would be great to be a real asshole is how do I make this guy likable? Because you can't. Because in real life, you would never hang out with that guy. Eric Roberts was the first guy in movies I ever saw. There is no reason Mickey Rourke should hang out with that person.
Right.
But the way Eric Roberts plays him, there's something about him Mickey Rourke almost has to mother and nurture and bring out.
Why you care, Charlie? You ain't got no job to wear it to.
What did you say? Say what you just said to me. Say it again.
You ain't got no job to wear it to.
That's right.
I don't.
Because you stole.
Yeah.
Hey, Chaluch! Let's watch the sun come up.
Oh, yeah, he's got the champagne bottle.
Yeah, and then he takes, and then Eric Roberts takes fucking 2 bottles of like Cavassier out of his pocket. Like he stole on the way out. He stole in, then he stole on the way out.
Yeah.
And the movie's all about a heist. It's incredible.
Oh, that's right. Daryl Hannah's. We can't give away too much for people who haven't seen it, but she's always
Well,
saying,
it's
why
1985.
are you
Yeah.
hanging? Yeah, but
And even the cops, they go, are they related?
When
He
I was
goes,
born, Gone
cousins.
with
He
the
goes,
Wind was old.
That's true.
But it was different. You remember back in the day, what's fascinating about back in the day, if a movie was in a movie theater and you missed it, you fucking missed it.
You missed it.
It was over. Like Star Wars. I missed it.
You did?
I didn't even hear about it.
How?
Because our UHF antenna was busted on our house.
And that affected the posters around town?
It just, dude, it wasn't what it was. I mean, you just were fucking in your bubble. So I had all the old people channels. I had NBC, ABC, and CBS, and that was it. So it was like nightly news. There was soap operas. We used to watch like game shows during the day, and then the soap operas came on. So we'd say, fuck it. We go outside, play baseball. Back when kids actually played baseball. Go swimming or whatever. Ride your bike. You know, back when kids weren't fat, right?
And they keep changing their pants.
Yeah, so they fucking
hula hoop belt.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, it was great.
So,
but how does the UHF...
school ends in June.
Right.
The fucking movie comes out in July.
Right.
No, first of all, nobody knew that thing was going to do what it did. It absolutely fucking exploded. And in June, I was caught up with everybody. I came back in September, and everybody's talking R2-D2, Chewbacca. I saw it 6 times. I saw it 7 times. I had no idea what anybody was talking about. It'd be like, those Spike Lee movies where you're standing there, the character standing there, and the background kind of moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically that shot. Me standing on the playground as everyone was talking Star Wars, and I had no fucking idea what anybody was talking about. And then, like an idiot, I admitted that I hadn't seen it.
Whoa! You didn't see it? Now, you're a nerd at the
Loser.
time.
I was branded
okay.
a loser. That's what kills me. 5th grade, I'm like branded a loser. That was always so funny to me to call somebody a loser in 5th grade. Like, it was just everything he touches turns to shit. It's just like, what have you done?
He can't get his fucking.
I tried to open a lemonade stand with this guy. It's just like the fucking second he shows up, all the traffic ends.
Wait till he talks to you about his offshore account. That went under like 15 times. Sure, Bill. Get the stock options. Yeah, I saw it when it came out, and I saw it hard. We were broke, and I remember the big. You don't even realize you're broke when you're a kid until you realize, oh, we brought our own popcorn to the movie theater. Like that's really like nickel and dime in it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
in big brown. There was no plastic bags. It was just those brown shopping bags at like King's or ShopRite.
Yeah. Or Mammoth Mart.
Mammoth Mart, and then my mom would make like 50 things of popcorn, and that entire shopping bag would be filled with popcorn. And me and my 2 sisters would just sit there and eat all the popcorn. And then we'd come home and say we're hungry. And my mom would say, you had lunch?
Oh, my God.
You had popcorn.
I just remembered I went to the movie one time and somebody brought in, it was almost like like a bag, like the same shit they put over your dry cleaning. It was like see-through. And it was just full of all this shit. And he was this fat guy, black guy. And he had this 70s beard and afro. And he was, somehow, it was like, he was like laying, he was so fat, like his fucking chair. His fucking chair was laid all the way back like he was on a corner slab, and he was just eating it. And like people, because it was mainly white people, and we didn't want to laugh. And after a while, we just had to start fucking laughing. And he looked over and he was laughing. And I just remember right before the movie started, he had all this popcorn and shit in his beard, and he just kind of went like on with his beard, and all flew out. And I just remember looking at him like, wow, that guy's. There's something wrong with
It sounds like a mushroom memory.
No,
it sounds like you're on shrooms. The guy, but how do you get it? Oh, you said just a dry cleaning bag, just filled with all this shit.
I just remember he had this giant. You could see it. It was like all this fucking pop. I might be combining childhood memories, but he had a big hand. He had a big
fire,
a big handful of shit like popcorn. He was just shoving it.
Dry cleaning bag, upside down, dry cleaning bag.
No, but then I started thinking, was that some kid I saw on the bus the next day with their Halloween candy? I mean, you're going back like 40 fucking years.
I'm not. I didn't say anything.
But
you are.
40 years. I mean, 30, 40 years. I don't remember. But you haven't done that? You haven't like gone like, oh, wait. That was this over here. That's a lot of shit to remember.
I do it a lot. Oh, my God, Bill Burr, you're making me laugh. Oh, last time you were here, people said, Bill Burr and Jay Mohr spoke for 60 minutes, and I still don't know if they like each other.
Oh, that was fun. Oh, I was grumpy. Because I came over here, it was like 3 in the afternoon. There was all this fucking traffic. It was great tonight. And I got this old truck, and it's like a fucking 3 on the column.
Yeah.
You got to shift it and shit. So it's fun as hell to drive when you can just have your arm hanging out of the window. But
just some good old boys.
Yeah, but just some stop and go shit is really annoying.
Pope
and
Village.
I had drum brakes on them at the time, so it was really scary.
Where are you going to be in July? First week of July.
July. I'm actually off until like the 12th. I'm doing the New England run. I'm doing the Cape Cod Melody Tent. I'm doing the Newport Yachting Center, which always sounds fancy, but it's a tent in a parking lot.
Yachting Center?
It's yachting center.
Okay.
I've never seen any yachts. It's a fucking parking lot. They put up folding chairs.
They closed Periwinkles?
I love Periwinkles. It's
too.
an air-conditioned tent. It's a great gig. And then I'm also doing the...
Bill throws in air conditioning in case... it's a fucking tent in the middle of nowhere. It's got air conditioning. Nice gig.
No, because I've done tents where there is no air conditioning.
Melody Tent's awesome.
Yeah.
I went there with John Panette, co-headlined, and half
I went there
full.
with Charlie Murphy, and it was fucking great.
Half full, and I was asked for money back. And the night I said, I'm not giving money back. That's absurd.
You got to make it right.
Well, there's two guys here not pulling the weight. Do you know what I mean?
Just wanted you just to give it back.
Well, I don't know. I'd like show me what he gave back, and I'll match it, I guess. Like, what's right is right. But you never gave me more money when I sold out. Does that make sense? But 10, 20 years later, guess who's still playing the melody tents? John Panette.
Yeah.
I guess he gave money back.
Yeah, you always, yeah.
All right, I'll give it back. Oh, you go now. You give me my money back and scare my wife. Fucking love Panette.
No, you gotta. Oh yeah, he's the first guy I ever saw get a standing ovation. He did a guest spot at Nick's, and he went on stage, and it was a third full, and everyone was all spread out. This is like maybe like 93, 94, and the 80s boom was over, and they were giving shows away, and it was just some fucking Tuesday night. He came in and just leveled like I've never seen. I remember he did like 12, 15 minutes, and he just goes, sit down.
When he hit the stage, though, I know exactly what you're talking about, and there's some guys, the moment they step on stage, it's an energy, it's a vibration. I don't know if people believe in that shit, but you and I have seen it with our own eyes. When John Panette walks on stage, you start just giggling. And Don Gavin, the moment Don Gavin walks on stage, I opened for Don Gavin in like St. John and St. Croix, like this crazy, like half the people didn't even speak English. He just started fiddling with his belt. And he literally walked on stage in a ballroom of like a Hilton in St. John. And he goes up there, and I'm up there like working. Like you can see all the work. I'm chewing scenery. I'm acting shit out. I'm going back and forth, fucking the stool, humping it. And Don Gavin just goes up. Like he has something in his teeth, and he just starts fiddling with his belt. He goes, "Thank you for asking." And one sentence. Places, they're going crazy. Yeah. They have no idea who he is. It's just comedy night. And he's one of those guys, too. And
I
Brian
remember that
Reed
he used to talk about what he was wearing.
CRs,
I got this
CRs.
at CRs instead of saying Sears.
I got Sears, you know?
No, there's some guys like, John Panette. When John Panette's on stage, the crowd, it sounds like a jet's landing the entire time. He's on stage. It's like if you're like in the bowels of whatever theater, like
what's going on up there?
It's just it's. Is
everybody okay?
Yeah. This fucking. Just
is it raining?
Screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the Nuremberg trials reversed or some shit.
I noticed your number 6 incisor at this trial is very shiny and white. I'll remove it and give you a nice X-ray. Bill Burr, Monday Morning Podcast, every Monday morning, sometimes Tuesdays or Wednesdays, because you're a damn traveling man. You're a cardiac kid yourself.
I had a big weekend.
I'm not going through the damn machine anymore.
I had a big weekend. I went to the premiere of a movie where if you blink, you're going to miss me. It's called The Heat with Sandra.
Back to back.
Sandra
Last time you were
Bullock,
here.
Melissa McCarthy, yeah.
You did the regular guys? What's it called?
Stand-up guys.
Stand-up guys with Walken and Pacino.
Yes, sir.
Which I really liked.
Uh-huh.
I see all my movie watching in hotels. I don't want to share it with anybody. I sit there.
I understand.
I can pause it. I can take a shit. I can come back to it.
Nobody breathing on you?
Yeah, nobody eating
Nobody taking their fucking
nobody
shoes off?
reclining and rubbing popcorn out of their 70s Blackbeard.
Oh, yeah.
And I liked it a lot. Arkin was great. And
that guy's probably dead, too.
I'm like, Arkin? Oh, the black guy in the movie theater? Most people...
You can't... That's the one thing I've learned, tragically, with a few friends and just in general, just looking at people like being out of shape over 40 is just like it stops being you're not jolly anymore. It's like you're a fucking ticking time bomb. So
when people say to me they're going to quit smoking, I always go, why? And they go, well, for my health. And I always go, I see a lot of old people smoking. I don't see a lot of old fat people.
You don't. You also don't see a lot of old tall people. It's always a little old lady and a little old man because that's how your heart, for some fucking reason, like
7-footers die early.
Bill Russell is unbelievable that guy's still going. Yeah, because the amount of work.
That's the guy from the movie theaters, Bill Russell.
The amount of work your heart has to do. I read. I overheard. I overheard.
Hold on.
Somebody.
Time out. I read once. Well, I overheard.
Yeah.
I didn't want that to go by. That was amazing.
No, I'm trying to be more honest. I don't want to be one of those guys who fucking tries to act like he reads.
You overheard once. 7-footers.
They said every extra pound of fat you have is like an extra 5 miles of capillaries that your heart has to punch through. So you're talking when you start getting 100 pounds overweight, you're talking about that's like flying to New York and back, right? Is that no? Is that right?
I can't do math. You said 12 times 6. And
What did
out.
I just say? I said it's an extra, 5 miles of capillary? So 100 pounds would be
500 miles.
500 miles. So, no, it's more like flying to San Francisco.
You go to Vegas. All right, so you go to Vegas.
And not even back. It's like, hey, you know what? That's like that's like a one-way trip to fucking Santa Fe.
You know that stop right before Vegas called Baker? Drive there.
You ever take the express? You have to take the Excella Amtrak. No, but it's every heartbeat, though. Every heartbeat. It's going to fucking Mexico and it's coming back. By the way, did you see that fucking guy?
The Skywalk guy?
Oh, my God.
With his goddamn camel toe?
I knew that he was going to make it, and I was still fucking, like, I was watching on the plane, like, just going, how the fuck? That was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in my life.
I'm surprised the winds didn't take him out. 30-mile-an-hour winds, if they change.
And he had to keep sitting down because when he was walking, if you get like a rhythm in the wire, if you're taking steps, I guess, in the same, you're walking at a certain pace, the fucking thing starts bouncing up and down.
Yeah.
So he's got that thing bouncing up and down. He's got the wind blowing those things that are trying to hold the fucking thing steady. And then he's got the he was talking about optical illusions, 30-mile-an-hour fucking winds.
Wait, so you don't want the rhythm? It's not rhythm. No, sounds like a good thing.
What you want it to do?
To a drummer here.
You want it to be not moving. You want the fucking thing to be like you're walking down a very skinny sidewalk.
Yeah, I loved it. But I got to tell you, Man on Wire. Did you ever see that documentary?
Oh, yeah, it's fucking unreal.
It made me cry.
It's unreal.
It's just so absurdly simple that this guy just wanted to take a tightrope walk between the two trade towers.
My favorite part is when he's like all concerned, and he gets like a third of the way out, and then he just looks up and smiles like, I got this. It's like, dude, fuck all these guys who alley-oop dunk and thunk their fucking chest, acting like, this guy's at his best when the game's on his line. This guy's on a fucking clothesline.
For free.
Just to do it.
That was the part that made me like actually well up with tears, is in the French guy, they're interviewing him afterwards, and he goes, that when they just said why, and he goes, just because we can, because man can, just to be out there, just to do it. Like, and they asked him over and over, like, were you proving something? And he goes, and it was like this most beautiful no.
Yeah, and they didn't.
And the simplicity of it was like, no, I had nothing to prove.
Yeah, what are you trying to get out of this? He's like, nothing.
No, I just wanted to do it.
Yeah,
and it was great. Beautiful. Bill Burr, Monday morning podcast. It'll be up every Wednesday from here on out. I understand you're making a big announcement today.
What's that?
That you were going to do it on Wednesdays now. You came here to make your big announcement.
No, you know what?
Boston Swing Wednesday morning quarterback with Bill Burr.
That got a little, some of the contractual obligations. It's still going to be Monday.
Oh,
okay. As far as I can.
All right, good. Well, thank you for setting the record straight and coming out here. I'm glad there was no traffic.
But go see the Heat, everybody.
Yeah, I love those guys. And Sandra Bullock, super cool. Worked with her on Action, and really cool, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I want to ask you to tell stories from the set. But I have not met Melissa McCarthy. But
dude, she's a fucking riot.
What they wrote for her seems so like, when you go get your top hat, the promos they wrote for her, making fun of.
But she riffs she riffs so much stuff. Like she is like, she's a fucking, I don't know, if she was like a stand-up comic, she would be just absolutely. You'd be at the back of the wall of the club watching her.
You did a great job in stand-up, guys.
Oh, thank you.
You. I know you and I'm friends with you, so I don't ever think of you as like menace. But when you came in, even I know you. I know you, Bill Burr. One Twitter guy that said, make sure you do it as Tracy. Yeah, Bill Burr is my biological father. I'm enjoying my sobriety. When you came in the room, like I really had like this weird sense of menace. And it wasn't until after you had left the scene, I went, fucking Bill Burr, way to go, dude. Because when you came in, I knew, because they didn't explain it in the story when you first came in, but I knew why you were there.
Right.
And that's kudos to you, my friend.
I did my job.
FYI, bad news coming in right behind this energy.
I had a number of panic attacks before going down
Bill.
The first time.
It'll be fine. I was also in the 40s. Look how small I am. Have you ever noticed I get a crooked eye when it's late at night and I talk too long and I look around and everything on your body? How's that?
Come on, man.
He's the best. Are you kidding me?
He's the best. He was such a fucking sweetheart of a guy.
Yeah, he's a dear man.
He really is.
He's
I gave him
sweetheart.
my DVD. And I just wrote on it. This is spoiler alert for the movie. So just turn down your volume for the next 5 seconds if you want to watch the movie. I just wrote, Al, it was a pleasure. It was an honor to be shot by you. Because in the end,
Yeah, the big thing.
It's fucking
you guys got to save the chick.
Yeah. So, like 2-3 months later, I actually get an email through his assistant saying that he watched it and he enjoyed it. Went out of his fucking way to let me know that he watched it. I was unreal.
Make sure he knows. Yeah, Al's a sweetheart, and he's a weird,
really nice guy.
When you talk to Al, I wish we hit this sooner. When you talk to Al and you talk to him for any little extended period of time, there is such a guy from the neighborhood that wishes he could just go back to being that guy from the neighborhood. Like if he was just cutting meat on the Lower East Side, he would be just as happy as he is today. Probably happier.
He just seemed like...
I was at a comedy team with my brothers. Did he ever tell you that story?
No.
He used to do comedy with his brothers. They did like vaudeville shows when they were like kids, like 8 years old. They used to write sketches and perform them, and they used to film like home movies. And I thought he was totally pulling my leg. And I asked him, well, like, what was one? And he goes, when you go to the carnival, I'm not doing this to get the fucking impression in. I'll do it without the...
No, do the impression.
You go to the carnival, there's a shooting gallery, and you shoot the man at the piano. There's a few bottles. They're all set up. One's in the back, a little smaller, worth more points that way. And there's always a bear.
It's unbelievable.
There's always a bear. And if you shoot the bear, he puts his arms up in the air and he goes back down. So my brothers and I wrote the sketch where the bear comes and he eats you alive. Now, nobody wants to shoot at the bear, And that was the whole thing. We just had a great, and you're like, and we're rolling, and you're like, there's no fucking way suddenly a movie takes a back seat. Like Pacino, I still don't know the end of the story, but that's what he actually said to me. The bear stands up, and he just comes over the counter. But then you try to run away with the guns, but they're attached. You can't go anywhere. So now you got to keep shooting just to keep the bear from coming over the counter, Bill. Because it's going to eat everybody. You don't want that. It's a bad carnival. Bad game.
That's unreal.
All right, you guys ready? We're rolling, and you're like, fuck, are we rolling? The guy's talking. This movie's not going to do anything. This guy is a fucking Mount Rushmore.
I haven't gotten to do, too much acting, but I've really just lucked out.
What do you play in The Heat?
I play this dude, Mark Mullins, from Boston. We're part of Melissa McCarthy's dysfunctional family, and she's had a falling out with us for whatever reasons you'll discover when you watch the movie. But it's Paul Feig directed it, who did Bridesmaids and all that, and another guy just taking a shot on me. So, I owe all those guys.
Here's the thing:
Fisher
if you deliver,
Stevens, Vince Gilligan, Paul Feig, all those guys.
But if you deliver, you've paid them back, and you're delivering. So you don't think you got to send these guys fucking Christmas cards, Bill. When the movie has the premiere.
See, you know what you're doing right now? You're treating it the same way you treated that Cape Cod Melody tent gig.
No, you asshole. I'm not. I'm saying when you do a good job,